You know, it says on the front too, Charlie Company, 1st Battalion, 327th Infantry.
23-year-old Kevin Torres has just returned home to Brooklyn after completing 4 years of active duty in the U.S. Army. He volunteered as infantryman in the 101st Airborne Division straight out of high school and has been deployed twice to Iraq.
I just still saw it as an opportunity to go do, be in our generation's war.
For Torres, whose brother is a career Marine, much of his childhood was spent fantasizing about the Army.
You know, I just always wanted to be a Screaming Eagle, join the 101st Airborne Division. It's just so famous, and they're, you know, constantly being immortalized in all these films, like in Saving Private Ryan, and the Band of Brothers series. And, well, you know, growing up, it was always like 101st, 101st. Wow, I really wanted to be in the 101st Airborne Division and wear that patch.
On his first tour to Iraq in 2003, Torres and his combat unit were mainly involved in goodwill missions to win hearts and minds. Although important, this initial experience was not what he and many other young recruits had expected.
First time we were in combat in 2003, there was a little combat, but not much. A lot of the soldiers came home disappointed. A lot of the soldiers felt like, dude, that war was shit. Why were we there for a year? That was easy. We didn't do shit. Some guys complaining, man, I didn't even fire my weapon this whole tour. You know, so when this tour came around, it was promising because it was like, you go into this hot spot, it's bad, you know, there's going to be a lot of fighting. And everyone was like, finally, let's get there. Let's do what we were trained to do.
2 years later, security conditions in Iraq had deteriorated dramatically. Torres' company got posted near Kirkuk, where the mounting insurgency suddenly put the soldiers in direct line of fire.
We pulled them out of a burning Humvee. Like, these are our friends. Like, we literally pulled them out of a burning Humvee. The Humvee's still on fire, they're still on fire, and they were dead. You know, our company definitely went through like a really shitty time throughout that whole year. You know, we took, 10% of the whole division's casualties.
For Torres, this was a hard reality check.
When we're in the firefights, most commonly you'll hear, dude, that was just like a movie. And movies do that to kids. You know, they make kids want to fight wars, and they also desensitize you to the realities of wars, you know, like, and then when you're in actual combat, all you can say is that looked like a movie. How about that looked like fucking war, man? That looked like a bullet just whizzed by my fucking head. The very first person I ever pointed my gun to was a little kid, like the size, like I don't know, 3 or 4 years old. And I remember, like, I was a boy and he was a boy. Like, I was 19. A lot of our soldiers came home and they're now like prescribed antidepressants, and you know, a lot of them are dealing with things differently.
He turned to guitar playing to help him make sense of the events around him.
Nobody knows what victory looks like in Iraq. So the soldiers are, you know, working towards nothing every day.
Frustrated with mounting casualties and the lack of significant progress on the ground, Torres, along with 1,700 other service members, recently signed a petition called an Appeal for Redress, which urges Congress to support the prompt withdrawal of U.S. troops from Iraq. This initiative was picked up and given widespread attention by national media in February 2007.
I joined the appeal because I just wanted to tell my side of the story and then move on.
With his 4-year Army contract now over, Torres is looking for a fresh start.
Now that I'm back here, you know, just getting the whole school thing back in action, getting back into the classroom, and just focusing on my music, you know, just writing more songs and performing as often as possible, which, you know, just taking it easy, just like reintegrating myself back into normal life.
Whether his original intentions were brave or blind, Torres is now part of the inactive readiness reserves, which means he can still get called back at any time.